January is more than just the beginning of a new year. It's also internationally recognized as Zero Waste Month, a time when eco-warriors worldwide intensify their efforts to encourage global solidarity against waste. In honor of it, we have delved into the world of zero waste, gaining insights from Dennis Uyat, an environmental educator and zero waste consultant.
Single-use plastic is a huge source of plastic pollution in the world, where there's a Great Pacific Garbage Patch, where plastic is accumulating. It's about twice the size of Texas in the Pacific Ocean. And I think there's about a garbage truck a minute of plastic entering the ocean every single day, and every minute of every day.
Zero waste is at the heart of the push for a sustainable future, Uyat argues. And this transformative journey starts with an ideological shift.
When we're thinking about materials like plastic or metal or glass, not only are they materials, but these are also ideas. So when we think about what it is we're actually processing and dealing with on a day-to-day level, the most powerful tool of zero waste is really rethinking our entire approach, rethinking, the day-to-day, like in our lifestyles, is a good way to get into zero waste.
The key to that mindset makeover is education.
It's really about building consciousness. Building consciousness requires knowledge. A big part of implementing a zero waste program is first setting up the ability to separate materials, and then making sure that once it's separated at a source, that it can then be transferred to a facility or a place where it can be processed.
I've noticed that you work with different generations, like from school kids to international delegations. Do you get a sense that the next generation is more environmentally conscious or more green and more responsible than baby boomers or maybe Gen X?
Working with children was really enlightening for me. They were very attentive, especially 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders. They really were passionate and really wanted to learn about how to sort their materials. Whereas when I was at university and working with communities and older people, there's a lot more resistance because people already have this idea that they know what they're doing.
This resistance, Uyat says, stems from misconceptions surrounding zero waste.
When they hear zero waste, they often think zero waste means no waste at all.
Yes.
That sounds like a very strict lifestyle for many.
The first thing is that zero waste is an aspirational goal. It's not always 100%. What is often sort of difficult to come to is that it is actually something that's very achievable. It's easy to actually get to 70, 80, 90% diversion at an institutional level. Diversion meaning away from landfills and incinerators.
Incinerators, dumps, landfills, and burning facilities. Well, they are usually located near the most vulnerable communities.
In 2018, China passed a national legislation called National Sword. And what it did was it reduced the contamination of a recyclable commodity from 4 to 6% or so to 0.5%. So it was an effective ban on global north commodities in the US and Europe. Basically, the message that China was sending to the world was, we don't want to be the world's dump anymore. I believe Vietnam and Indonesia passed their own sort of similar type of restrictions like China. Zero waste and these sort of global movements are sort of asking who is really responsible for the material that we're having to manage.
Uyat says achieving zero waste requires governments, businesses, and individuals to agree and come together. And that will pave the way for a cleaner, greener, and healthier planet to become a tangible reality.